Hello, my name's Anne McGill and I've just won the Honorary Rocher Award for the Pastel Society Exhibition, and I'm really honoured to be here and to have won the prize. It's fantastic. It's made my year. Well, I've almost come full circle in using pastels. I left college and I was a reportage artist, and I worked in chalks and pastels, and I started my illustration career with pastels, and then I graduated into paint, and then I used them mainly for sketching towards paintings. And in the last 2 or 3 years I just got back into using them, and using them quite largely and quite freely, like I use paint, and it's been like coming home. I just really naturally work in them, and it's a lot of fun. I can get to make statements in my work and develop compositions much more quickly with them, and it's been a real plus. And it's obviously people like them now, which is great, and I like that too. Get your work out there, get it out on social media, use everything, and just keep going, don't give up. Don't lose any of that amazing enthusiasm, because there are times in my work that I get a bit fed up, and I don't know what I get a bit stuck, and I think of the times when I really loved what I did and really enjoyed it, and it was the last couple of years of college, and I was full of enthusiasm and a bit of naivety about, this is everything I ever wanted to do, and they must never lose it. There'll be lots of knocks and people have lots of opinions, but they've come this far, just crack on. And if they have to do something else in the meantime, keep holding on, because there's so many people here that have had a break for whatever reason and come back to it. So get your work out there and keep going no matter what. I'm very optimistic about that, so it's My studio in lockdown, I moved from London out to the Sussex Downs, and I was given a part of a farmhouse to work in, and the studio, you look out the window and it's just this horizon, and I watch the farmers and the people that live around walking across the fields, and I really like working with silhouettes, and I like to draw and paint men quite a lot, and these strong figures, and it's been very stormy, and sometimes my work's about memories, and bringing memories and mixing it with contemporary people that I know now, and playing with colours and limited colour, and basically were all done in the same space of time, and it's really the same people. It was around the idea of there was a young shepherd at the top of the field who was practicing with herding sheep with his dog, and I would watch him, and he was always silhouetted against the clouds, and that's him. It's just, and each day the cloud formation would change, and the mood would change, and my mood would change. I'd come into the studio and be not very happy about a piece of work, and it's reflected here. So this used to be quite sunny, and then it wasn't. So there are different phases within a couple of months, just playing around, and paintings would come off this, and so there'd be big 1.5 metre square paintings of the same people, but they would start with these drawings. That's basically the work.
My name's Sean Duke, and I'm a figurative artist from Sheffield. I won the Pastel Society Young Artist Award. Oops. I just really like the immediacy over, say, oil paints or watercolour, and the control that you can have over them. So I think it's really important for young artists to just apply for as much as you can. For this one in particular, I thought it fit my practice really well because it's dry medium. I think I drew this one I think it was in one of the lockdowns. and when there was no models around. So it was sort of a frustration drawing. I'd have these afternoons where I just thought I've not done anything in ages, and I just stand in front of a mirror and just draw myself over and over again, different angles, different poses. And for whatever reason, this one just stood out among the rest of them, so I thought I'd enter it. And here it is. With the repetition of drawing, I find that usually the first couple are really overdone. And then as I start getting rid of stuff, it just becomes much more of a clear image, and I'm only left with really what I need. And it's sort of a reduction process and an evolution of the first idea, and it's given time to sort of change into this reduced state rather than just going with the first one. And I don't think that's a conscious process, it's just sort of how I've always done things. I'll say that's too much, that's too much, too much, there, and then that's too little, and I'll just stick with that one. It's never over. Yeah, I don't know. I think when I just imagine it as standing on its own rather than in this big pile of weird drawings of my head, for instance, and I think that's an interesting image, then I'll put it in the done drawer and forget about it for months, and then look through it for submissions and think, if it still stands out, then it stays. If it doesn't, it gets thrown in the other pile. Reduction all the time.
My name is Tanya Ovchinnikova, and today I was lucky enough and very honored and very happy to receive a Unison Color Young Artist Award for this picture actually. It's Liverpool, Crosby Beach, hiding in the dunes. That's actually a very interesting story for me, and still surprising because approximately 4 years ago, I just accidentally found a box of pastels at home, laying on the shelf. And to be honest, I still have no idea where did it come from, where did I get it, how it's appeared in my house. And I just decided to try. Well, originally I'm a classical pianist, I graduated from the conservatoire. And I never really painted before, just some sketches, with pencils. I think that at some point we all draw, in our life. And then I just, what is this box? And I figured out this is pastels. And I tried it and I found it very interesting. And then I started watching videos and try to understand what this kind of medium is, how to work with it. And then I got to know about Unison pastels, Unison Color soft pastels. And then when I moved 4 years ago to the UK, the first thing I did, I just went to the shop and bought a few sticks of soft pastels and holded them as a treasure because I knew that they are famous English brand, handmade. And I just looked at them, rotated, and then I wanted to try. And well, this is actually the first probably medium which I started properly work with, and I just fall in love with it, and that's it. So that's actually how did I come to soft pastels, and being awarded, Unison Color Award. It's quite symbolic maybe for me, in my life, because it was all about Unison, in my life, during these 4 years. So yeah, I'm a little bit shocked and surprised, and obviously super happy about this and very inspired. From nature, I would say I like to visit places which are a little bit wild and abandoned, maybe hidden from which are not that available, which are hidden, from people's eyes. So I actually like to travel and to find some abandoned seashores or dunes. Actually, what inspired this picture, my recent travel to Liverpool and my recent discovery Crosby Beach, and all these fantastic dunes around. So I literally wanted to paint, and I like to paint places where I would like to be right now at this moment. So trying to create the atmosphere of presence being there, and I think that unity with nature is very important. That's what inspires me the most.